What's going on, y'all? Dat boy Walt, and this is gonna be my last instructional video before I head out to Thailand. And so now we're gonna be talking about which one I think is better, boxing or kickboxing, right? Now I think both are really good martial arts to learn and practice and to have in your arsenal, but at the same time, they both have their good things, they both have their bad things, right? And I'm gonna tell you which one I clearly think is the better one to have. Now, boxing, you're very limited off the simple fact that all you can use is your hands, right? At least in the rule style, that's all you can use in your hands. So if we're going off rule styles, boxing has a very short range of weaponry that you can use. All you got is your hands, and you can only use the orthodox style of punching or the southpaw style of punching, right? I practice both in this clip that you're seeing, and in the next video, you'll see me practicing my sparring. You know what I'm saying? I'm working with a bigger guy, making sure I got my hands up nice and tight in my cross guard because he's clearly bigger, and that is another deficit of boxing. You know what I'm saying? When you're sparring with somebody or you're fighting somebody, period, who's bigger than you, they're going to have an advantage simply because they're taller like he is in the video, or they're just bigger like he is in the video. You see, he got a lot more meat on his bones than I do. So if you're sparring or fighting somebody, you know what I'm saying, on the street who get a lot bigger than you, you might not want to have boxing as your main repertoire of techniques to use because it might not work out for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm a very experienced fighter, and so I'm able to hang in here with him very well. But at the same time, his punches are going to take a lot more energy out of me than my punches are going to take out of him. I have insane cardio, though, not even trying to, toot my own horn. So I'm able to stick with him very well simply off the fact that I'm a very well-conditioned person because I run, because I work out a lot, you know what I mean? But at the same time, boxing still definitely has its deficits. Now, moving on to the kickboxing part, you just have way more tools to use, guys. You got to keep that in mind. You have a lot longer range of strikes that you can use. You don't have to be so close to your opponent, and you can keep them at a range with your push kicks, your round kicks, or if they get close, highly unlikely on the street, but if they do get close, you can use your push kicks, you can use your knees and your elbows to stop that aggressive punching, especially the clinch. Clinch is great to use for people who like to box really well because you can tie them up, and the average boxer who can actually fight hates clinching simply because they just can't do it. You know what I'm saying? It's not in their repertoire to work every day, so they're not good at it 9 times out of 10. Very rare when a boxer can clinch. But anyway, as you can see in these videos, I'm working a lot of long strikes. I'm working my teeps. My uncle has me working a lot of strikes that I can use to stay away from people. And one thing that boxers definitely can't handle, because I've sparred with a lot of boxers who decided to spar with me in kickboxing just for the fun of it, is kicks, especially the low kicks, right? You get kicked in the leg, it's a total shock. Literally, as soon as you get kicked, you're like, man, what? Your body literally is like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Your leg will swell up. Next thing you know, you can't walk. And if you can't walk, you can't box. You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole big thing that a lot of people have in the argument about boxing versus kickboxing or Muay Thai. It's the simple fact that we have way more weapons to use, and it's really easy for me to hurt you before you hurt me because you got to get close to me, even if you got good footwork. Some of the best footwork fighters ever, you can think of Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? If they fight somebody like some of the best kickboxers like Sanchai or Bull-Cow, boy, Sanchai and Bull-Cow will dog walk both of them simply because they have a wider range of techniques to use. So if I was you, man, I would definitely choose kickboxing over boxing simply because there's just many more things that you can use to keep yourself safe, many more things you can use to win the fight, right? And that's what it's all about at the end of the day, is winning the fight, whether it's sparring, whether it's fighting in a cage or ring, or whether it's actually fighting on the street. Right. So you definitely want to keep that in mind. Like, yeah, boxing might be like, by society standard more quote unquote manly. You know what I'm saying? That's only American society, by the way. But at the same time, bro, you kick a dude, bro, you're going to take that manhood real fast when he realizes that he can't fuck with that, because of the simple fact is like, oh, a shin bone hurts way more than a hand because it's a leg. You're literally swinging all of your body with a literal ball bat to try to hurt somebody. All right, I've talked about a lot of the deficits of being a boxer only, but now I'm going to talk about a couple of the deficits of being a kickboxer or a Muay Thai fighter. Now, even though the sports have evolved over time, they're both notoriously known for not moving their head well, right? So one of the main things that get a lot of kickboxers and Muay Thai fighters in trouble, you know what I'm saying, is the simple fact that sometimes they'll just stay there and take the damage. You know what I'm saying? Not even like on a you know what I'm saying, I'm that macho man type of guy. It's more of on a, like, this is the style. Like, we stand and trade. You know what I'm saying? Even the more familiar guys, like, yeah, they'll move. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like, they're not like Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, like moving all around the ring, because that is, you got to remember the rule set. The rules said like they want you in there putting on a good war, putting on a good fight. Now, even though you can clearly stay defensively sound, working that more from style, like you still have to fight. Like it's not like boxing. Not saying that boxing they don't fight, but at the same time, it's just different sports, different rules. You know what I'm saying? So that's one deficit I would say kickboxing and Muay Thai fighters have, is that they don't move their head a lot. You know what I'm saying? They tend to stand in the same place, and that can present problems, you know, especially with somebody who has a wider range than you. But anyway, that's it for this video, guys. My next video will be in Thailand, so catch me soon, guys. Thank you for watching.